Hello, everyone, and welcome to Best of Six. I'm your host, Jake, and yeah, let's get this started. Joining me, as always, is Julian, Larone, Steve, and Witch. Not quite six today, but yeah, it hasn't been six in a long time, but this is pretty good. All right, our first topic, news topic of the evening. Google thinks Stadia will have less lag than your PC in 2 years, thanks to what it calls negative latency, or the ability to predict your button presses. So, okay, so I want to talk about this from a bit of a computer sciencey perspective. So I don't know exactly. So one, there's a this is done already a little bit in a lot of online games, especially in regards to movement. And you might have experienced something like this before. Let's say you're playing a shooter or you're playing like League of Legends, for instance, and your game is lagging. You'll sometimes see your character, it's walking forward, and then all of a sudden it teleports backwards. And the reason that kind of thing can happen is because before the server or the game knew exactly what your input was, it assumed you would continue walking forward, for instance, even if you clicked to go backwards, but the server hadn't been told that yet. So there's this concept, I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's something along the lines of predict and rewind, where it's constantly sort of predicting where your movement is going to be, and then if it ends up being wrong once it knows your real movement, it'll rewind your movement and quickly play it back to what you actually did. Uh, so that's the thing that is already done, and that could definitely help for smoothness in games on Stadia for sure. Like for just moving around and stuff and running and whatnot to keep it nice and smooth to just assume the status quo. Um, yeah, that's what I was going to get into next is branch prediction. So this is actually something that your CPU does under the hood all the time. Where if you know about programming, right, there's, sometimes like if statements, like if this, else do that. So CPUs all the time as like an optimization try to guess what, like if the if statement is going to be true or false before it is evaluated it, and it will start going down the path of, whatever assumption it made, true or false. And then if it finds out later that it was wrong, then it can run it back and do it again. But branch prediction is useful because it can make, some processes much, much faster, snappier, by basically making predictions about whether you're going to go on one branch or another branch. So they might do something similar with games, where they might actually be rendering multiple instances of the game simultaneously, some predicting the future a little bit, and then if it gets it right, then it sends the user that predicted future. If it gets it wrong, then it has to run it back and do it again. Or it might have, if it's doing like three of them, for instance, one where you pressed a button, one where you didn't press a button, and the real state, well then, if you didn't end up not pressing the button, they just send you that one, and yeah. What's up, Rico? Rico said to look at the chat. Oh, they can't hear you guys. No, they can hear me. Yeah, they can't hear you guys. Fuck. This happened. Okay. I am trying to figure this out. Stand by. Put the be right. Oh yeah, the rare be right back screen.
more top. They should release a couple top tier.
And we are back.
I'll play it.
And welcome to Game Theory.
Sorry about that, guys. Now you should be able to hear the rest of them just fine.
Well, it's a good thing Jake was the only one that was talking, really. So.
Yeah, they weren't the others weren't talking too much. So luckily, we shouldn't miss too much. Let me know if you can only hear them in one of your ears. If you can only hear them in one of your ears, let me know. I can do something about that. I think I can hear. Thanks. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that means you can hear them in both ears. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this is interesting. This is now, in all fairness, this exact technology can be used on like normal PCs too. So, people could get even lower latency locally using the same technology. Mind you, most people's PCs probably wouldn't be powerful enough to actually do this.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome.
But it is definitely interesting.
Let's rolling with it.
Especially like with CPUs getting more powerful than games seem to need to take advantage of. Being able to run multiple instances of the game logic with predictions could be very interesting.
Mitch, did you say what you were going to say?
What?
You said you know what's crazy, and then Jake kind of cut you off.
Wow.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, never mind.
So, yeah. So this is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Now,
when I first saw this headline, I thought this was funny. I was like, yeah, no way Google's gonna be as fast as local multiplayer. Like, but maybe
Faster.
I doubt it, or faster.
yeah, faster.
Yeah, that just seems unreal.
I mean, if your connection is good enough, because like the average game has higher latency than I think a lot of people realize.
It's the monitor. The monitor.
I mean, no, not even. I'm talking about way longer latency than what's introduced by your monitor.
Yeah.
We're talking about over a
Look at the
tenth of a
Smash
second.
Ultimate buffer.
Well, not even just input buffer. Input delay is seen in almost all modern games. Even in fighting games. Where
Yeah, it's
you
unfortunate.
push a button and there are multiple frames before your input is recognized. I mean, even in older games, like, you look
What's
at
the
Melee and
mean?
stuff
8
like that, and you're like,
frames?
oh, Melee is so tight and frame, but that has an input delay of like 3 frames. But it's the kind of thing that you don't really notice that much. But obviously, over the internet and stuff, you're adding even more latency. Eventually, it becomes recognizable. But if Google can get rid of some of that input delay on their end, then leaving only the latency of the connection from you to them might not be so noticeable. The claim to make it faster than PCs is to be seen, because as games add this predictive features in the Google Stadia versions, I'm sure those will slowly trickle down to, local releases too, as a feature you can turn on to get a lower lag. So, I don't know. I guess it depends on how locked down Google tries to keep this technology. Speaking of games and the internet, Steam will soon let you play what was previously local-only multiplayer games with friends over the internet. So it's called Remote Play Together, and it's going to be in the Steam launcher later this month. And it works by more or less tricking the game into thinking all players are in the same room. And I'm assuming it means it will just be streaming the game to your friends, and send their controller inputs to your game via the internet. So, yeah, and it's automatic support. So theoretically, like, most games should just work according to Valve. We'll see how decent it actually is, but that could be really interesting. That could
works.
actually be useful for this podcast. So,
Yeah, are we gonna plan on using this?
If it works, why not?
Okay. We should play a co-op anime weeaboo
Why?
titty game.
Like what?
That one on
I-
Steam that lets you see the nipples.
What are we? Why are we doing this?
What are you talking about?
I can't.
All right, moving on.
Oh, why are we moving on? What?
PlayStation 5 has been announced. Launches holiday of 2020.
Everyone is completely surprised.
Yes, there's not very much information here.
I mean,
What there is they said their new controller will be just like the last controller, except with better haptic technology and adaptive triggers, which is interesting, meaning that sometimes the triggers will offer more resistance as the games call for it.
oh,
So
Mhm.
it can offer
Yeah,
variable
it's-
amounts of resistance, which is interesting.
I heard the controllers are more interactive. Okay, I didn't hear anything else besides that. No, that's interesting.
Yeah, adaptive triggers is definitely interesting. Because improved haptic technology, that's definitely taking a page out of Nintendo's book with quote-unquote HD Rumble.
Yeah.
So they're doing that, but they're also doing this adaptive trigger thing, which is cool. Yeah, program the
Yes.
resistance of the triggers so you can feel the tactile sensation of drawing a bow and arrow or accelerating off-road vehicles through rocky terrain is the examples they gave.
That's all the information we have, right? Holiday 2020 and the controller.
Holiday 2020, the controller, they said that the new discs that will be available for it, it doesn't say that in this article, but I read that they said that the discs will be able to hold over 100 gigabytes
gigabytes
per
you say.
disc, which is crazy. It also confirms that discs are still the thing.
Oh, nice.
Good. Physical media should never die.
Sure, it just means it's still discs, but it kind of makes sense. Discs are cheap.
You know.
They're just the only problem is they're just slow as molasses. But yeah, and I think that's all we really know.
Are you getting one at launch? 'Cause
And
I'm
I think
sure.
they said it'll have PS4 backwards compatibility at launch.
Yeah, that was confirmed already.
Yeah.
But,
So, I mean, with all this information, I am not interested at all. I don't know anything about this thing.
I mean, unless they announce Bloodborne 2 for the PlayStation 5, I don't see any reason to get it.
Yeah, or the game.
They're just gonna do the PS4 again and make us wait 4 years before we actually get games. What's the point?
I'm just gonna wait 3 or 4 years until the PS5 Pro comes out. I've barely played my PS4, so there's that.
I sold my PS4, so because I used it that infrequently.
I'm never getting tricked into buying a console again. And by tricked, I meant by myself.
Buying a console ever again?
That's not
You're saying you got tricked by the Switch?
Nintendo.
Interesting.
There we go.
I mean, I still need this PS4.
Yeah, I need to play games on this PS4. So
I mean, the PS4 has games now. It just took it a while.
yeah, at launch there's just what Killzone.
At least the Xbox doesn't even have anything. Just a bad
If these
Halo
devs
game.
would just accept our PC overloads, I could never touch it again.
Your PS4 full? You should just upgrade the hard drive or delete
Full?
the games you've already played. I mean, you don't have to keep
How's
every
it
game
full?
on there. But anyway,
Better than the Switch. Like, what does that have? Like 12 gigs or something?
Mine has a
32.
terabyte.
hey, yeah, I have a micro SD card in there, so
I have an SD card. Yes,
That's-
and yeah, the Pro's a terabyte.
shit.
all right. Anyway, on to the main news topic of the night. We had to talk about it. Blizzard and Hearthstone and Hong Kong.
Fuck China, fuck China, fuck China, fuck China.
So for those who
Whoa
don't know,
there.
Okay.
he's trying
Slow
to
down.
trying to summon a demon by saying it 3 times.
He's trying to get us banned.
Yeah.
I don't think Microsoft is going to ban us
Oh,
for
we
that.
can.
So far, so
They might.
good. They haven't cut the stream yet.
I don't think that would be wild.
I don't
If
think
it
they watch.
already got cut.
If they were like, actually like had
He
like
said it 3
bots
times, we
listening
have to.
the. Anyway, Hong Kong, fuck China. So.
Yeah.
Basically,
Okay.
for those who don't know, it's pretty hard for you not, but if you don't know,
Wow.
at a
Saying they live under a
recent,
rock.
what even was it? It was some Hearthstone event
So it's a Hearthstone tournament.
Yeah.
It was a tournament.
where the player Blitzchung, after, yeah, he was doing an interview on stream, and at the end of the interview, he said. Oh,
He said in
crap.
Chinese, like "Long live Hong Kong" or "Independence," or something like that.
Yeah, it
And
was.
immediately he-
Liberate Hong Kong, revolution of our age.
Yeah.
That's what he said, which is used by Hong Kong protesters. This ended up getting both him. He was then removed from the Hearthstone Pro League. All of his prize winnings were stripped of him, and they also fired the 2 interviewers who were on there because they
Which is
sort of
wild.
egged him on to say it.
That's just wild.
Yeah.
Not
So
only that, they
this-
took away his prize money.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they
good
took
luck
away.
competing in a tournament ever again. Like, I don't know who would ever do that because they can just take it away even if you win.
Yeah, so this
They
is
didn't take it
obviously,
away.
you know,
They issued a fine that was the same amount that he won.
that appears not to be what their ruling says.
I thought that's what it was.
Because in their
Oh,
rule book, it basically says that because the prize money isn't awarded until the end of the tournament, and basically they say that if you violate any of their rules, they are able to strip you of your winnings. So I guess they might do it by issuing you a fine or whatever, but it is indeed just directly tied to winnings. Yeah, so this has sparked quite a controversy with Blizzard, as it sort of opened people's eyes of how in the pocket of China Blizzard really is. Since the Chinese government doesn't want people talking about Hong Kong. And, oh man, sorry, I didn't cue this up before. So if you really want to understand how deep in China's pocket Blizzard really is, this was released by Blizzard's official Weibo account, and I'm just going to read this. This was in Chinese, but here's the translation. We are very angered and disappointed at what happened at the event and do not condone it in any way. We also highly object to the spreading of personal political beliefs in this manner. Effective immediately, we've banned the contestant from events and terminated work with the broadcasters. We will always respect and defend the pride of our country.
No.
Oh, wow.
So, man, there's no way to spin it. That is bad. It is really bad. So
The defense for the ban is that a competitive video game tournament should be apolitical according to Blizzard's rules.
Blizzard has clearly not made this apolitical.
No.
They have made it
To,
very strongly political.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. So.
Now, to play devil's advocate, if this guy came on stream and said, "Build the wall, revolution of our age," would that be okay?
Of course it would. He could have probably said nearly any political opinion other than this. Hell, you know what? If he had said like you know,
Sorry, I'm just parroting people on the internet.
like I love China, or like something like that, or like I love the Chinese government, call out their president by name or whatever, I can guarantee you he would still have his prize money, be on there, the casters would still have their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is literally only because it was about Hong Kong
Yep.
and using the Hong Kong, and I mean all Blizzard's done. I mean this is a classic example of the Streisand effect. Basically, nobody would have known that happened. Like, it probably would have been something that was talked about within the pro Hearthstone community, but that's probably about it. maybe it would have caught a few little news eyes here and there, but now this is everyone talking about it.
Yeah.
Like the
Even like U.S. senators and
yeah, U.S.
mainstream
senators
news
are
outlets.
talking about it. Even some like company CEOs in the U.S. are like, like where does it end? Like China's just buying U.S. companies, and
Yep.
I think people are rightfully upset, and
Yeah.
there's definitely a bit of a big boycott Blizzard movement going on with this. Lots of people
The
deleting their.
employees did a walkout this morning.
Yep, and I do have a. Yep, Blizzard employees
That's
staged a
really cool, I
walkout to
think.
protest ban, which
That's-
is really cool to show that
Yeah.
like it's not everyone there at Blizzard who's evil, but some of these higher ups clearly, they chose the Chinese
They
market
chose
over
poorly.
morals. Honestly,
Did you see what the person who developed WoW Classic do?
no.
He like disabled his WoW Classic account, and he talked about how Blizzard's in the pocket of China. Let me see if I can find that tweet. Continue talking.
Or wait, the action Blizzard took against the player was pretty appalling, but not surprising. Blizzard makes a lot of money in China, but now the company is in this awkward position where we can't abide by our values. That's what one of the employees in the walkout said.
Yeah, this thread is long, so I'm just gonna like put this in the best of 6 Discord chat. So
Hey, there we go. Another Blizzard employee. We want people
Someone
all
just
over the
scream?
world to play our game,
Yep.
but no action like
Yeah.
this can be made with political neutrality.
that was my mom. Ignore that.
Okay.
Man, this whole thing is a mess. Only about 30 employees were in the walkout.
Still, that was same day, pretty much.
Yeah, and it definitely speaks to. I mean, I'm sure they were. I wouldn't doubt that Blizzard immediately, sent a memo to all employees internally that basically said, "Do not talk about this." I can almost guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
So to see some employees clearly go right, fly right in the face of that and do a walkout is really cool. All I can say with all of this is, one, if you're not aware of the Hong Kong situation, you should read up on it. It's important for everyone for Hong Kong to win this battle. And China is definitely trying to make it hard, and China is definitely trying to shape discourse with it, through companies like Blizzard or the NBA or anyone else
Jesus
who
Christ, the
makes a
NBA.
lot of money in China and
LOL, James Harden.
doesn't want to get banned by China. Yeah, the NBA is. Oof. That's something else. Those
The
are
Rockets are fucked.
there were NBA players who were saying their thoughts and opinions on Hong Kong privately.
Their thoughts on the. Oh,
Not privately, but like
wasn't
not
private.
like part of an NBA broadcast. Literally just on their own personal Twitter accounts.
Oh, I didn't
yeah,
see
it was,
that.
it was the GM of the Rockets.
Oh, you
Yeah.
mean the GM? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was basically like, I stand with the people in Hong Kong.
And
Yeah,
that's what
And he had to
started this whole
delete the
thing. with
tweet.
the-
he deleted
Now
the tweet.
China basically hates the Rockets, their favorite team, because of Yao Ming.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, and the NBA like tweeted out like, oh, like we basically like we're sorry for letting our players have freedom of speech. Like we won't
James
let it
Harden was
happen
like-
again.
The Rockets pretty much forced Harden to throw out an apology for no reason.
Yeah,
That
James
he
Harden
clearly
was like,
didn't mean. He clearly
Yeah.
didn't care.
"Yep."
And
So
Westbrook didn't even say anything.
keep an eye out for shenanigans like this and pick who you support carefully, because this kind of thing isn't very good for civil liberties and human rights. So that's my piece
Okay,
on
so
that.
two things.
All right.
One, are we boycotting all Blizzard products?
I mean, that's already easy. I already boycott
I
Blizzard
haven't played
products
Hearthstone.
because
Yeah,
I
I
don't
haven't
play
been
them.
I
playing
stopped caring about Overwatch years ago, so
Yeah,
So this isn't hard for me.
I was already,
Yeah.
I was already not buying anything from them.
Don't you people have phones?
Oh,
I get it.
BlizzCon.
Yeah, you're
BlizzCon
right.
this
You know
year.
what? I don't know if I can do this. I really want to play that Diablo game. So, I'm sorry, guys.
BlizzCon this year is gonna
I
be
don't-
great.
I don't think
Yeah.
I can boycott.
There are already plans. It seems like the big plan is for everyone to dress up as Winnie the Pooh at BlizzCon.
yeah. Oh, there was that indie game that got bodied.
Yeah, I kind of want to go to BlizzCon now.
Yeah, that sounds pretty funny.
Do you really want to pay $200 to go to BlizzCon?
Yeah, you gotta pay
I'd be
$200.
giving them money.
Yeah. See, the people who are doing it are people who already pre-ordered their tickets and can't get a refund. So
That
you
still
might as
sounds
well
really-
go there and waste their time. So
Okay,
I
the
wouldn't
other
doubt that
thing-
BlizzCon will be a protest, basically. Which that would be awesome. Truly.
Do you think Blizzard's gonna issue an apology?
To
No.
what? To China?
More to China.
Yeah, not to China. No, it's.
To America? Hell,
Well,
man.
hey, what do you?
If Blizzard announces that they're making their exit from the United States next year, it wouldn't surprise me.
Their exit from the United States? That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, but they're not. And to be clear, the United States is still Blizzard's largest customer, but the problem is Blizzard knows this, and I think we all know this, that most people are either not going to care enough about this to actually boycott Blizzard, or will only do it, for a little bit, or just like, but I like Overwatch too much, so.
You sound like someone I know, or we know.
Is it Mary?
I'm not dropping names.
We don't drop names here. But
Yeah,
I
who's
didn't say
that?
I think she was just confused.
So do you guys have something to tell me about later? Like,
anyway,
Not really, no.
in lighter-hearted news, you know what? Speaking of a waste of everybody's time, Galarian Ponyta.
Okay, I can talk about this.
True.
Okay, so
It's not
How
even
the-
the right type.
true. But anyway, how the Pokemon Company revealed this. So they had a 24-hour live stream on their Twitch and YouTube page with nothing, just a forest from the Galar region.
It's
And
like
you-
you're a researcher and you're observing.
Shut up. And they
That was the point.
Wow, actually toxic.
yeah, I'm being toxic right now. I cannot believe Game Freak would do something like this. It was
I, mean,
just
I don't know who would
hilarious.
watch it for more than 2 minutes, but you do you.
Game Explain had like a 4-hour live stream on it for some reason.
Well, they have viewers.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, so it was just like a moving like picture or image of a forest in Galar, and you
It's
occasionally
like
saw
what
like
they do in real life. They put a camera out there and just watch what happens. That was the idea.
Yeah.
sure, and you occasionally saw Pikachu and
World building.
Impidimp. It's world building.
Oh God, you saw Impidimp? I would
Yeah.
have turned the stream off.
Still, don't hate on my man's.
Is that its real name?
Yeah,
Yes.
Impidimp. That's his real name.
Yes.
Huh.
They,
Trash.
funny enough, they didn't officially reveal Impidimp yet.
Twice?
So does
Twice.
that mean maybe it won't get released? Because that'd be fantastic.
It's getting released.
God damn.
I would laugh if it just wasn't in the game.
Would you buy
I
it
would
if they
be
announced that they took Impidimp out?
What's the
Maybe
problem
just
with
to
them?
show them that I support their good decisions. I want them to know when they've done something right,
Anyway, at the end of the live stream, you saw Galarian
So
Ponyta.
you're not buying the game, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because they've
Yeah.
done nothing right.
And we found out yesterday or today, I forget when they revealed this, but Galarian Ponyta is a psychic type and not a fairy type. Surprise, surprise. So it's a Alolan Raichu 2.0.
Did it eat some pancakes?
No. And yeah, it has a new ability called Pastel Veil, where it can't get poisoned, and when it enters the field, it heals its allies of poison. So that's pretty cool.
Does it have
Alright.
bulk though?
We don't know its stats.
Well, then who cares? I mean, if it's bulky and can't get poison, hey.
Wow, wait, they did a 24-hour live stream for a version exclusive Pokemon. Wow.
Yes.
They did a 24-hour live stream, showed nothing until the end, where they showed a Galarian Ponyta.
Yeah, so did they
They
like make
showed
people
nothing
animate all that?
new.
I guess so. Ignore that too.
No.
It was just world building. It's fine.
It's just world building. Did people actually say that on Reddit or something?
No, I'm saying that.
Yeah. That's that. I think it's fun. That's funny.
No.
That being said, I still might buy Sword and Shield because I'm a shill. So
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'd
Well, anyway,
rather
with that out of
I'd
the way.
rather play Pokemon Masters.
Facts.
Well, we'll talk about
Okay.
that later. But for now,
no, you wouldn't. You're lying. I actually don't believe you.
I'm playing it right now.
Why?
It's a good game.
Okay.
all
For
right,
those
guys,
of you who don't know,
it's time.
but let me get this out. All right.
Okay.
Ray did not care about
Here comes
Pokemon
me.
Masters
I
until
played it the day it came out.
just to try it out.
That's true. He did play it when it came out.
You
As
said it
did
was
I.
trash.
That is
As
not
did
what I said.
I believe you said that.
I'm gonna need a citation on that one.
I don't have a citation.
Well, then you ain't got nothing.
Anyway, you just have to believe me.
No.
He didn't care about Pokemon Masters
Fake
until they released his waifu.
Now
Killed
you're
him.
just making up lies. I'm not the one with the wife.
Uh-huh.
I'm
One day.
not.
You just deny it.
So did you get it out of your system?
Yeah, I'm done.
Are you done lying?
Well,
Yeah,
now that Julian's done lying, we are gonna dive in to I Love You, Colonel Sanders, the final day. So remember, we last fell asleep in Colonel Sanders' house.
Whoa. What did I miss?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We confessed our love for each other last night.
God damn.
So
3 days. You already
2
Yeah.
days. That was the end of day
Oh,
2.
I guess I should like pull up the stream.
Yeah, where's the stream at?
Mixer.com/PGDPGD. I don't know why I said
Yeah.
that. For
Where
those
else
who are
would it be?
listening to it after the fact.
where else would it be? Hello?
Yeah, come on, man.
Pre-implantation genetic diagnosis.
All right. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages.
I know something else that's raging.
It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to
I don't
cater his
understand.
wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from
Seems
him, but he
about right.
approaches directly. I know you're hurting right now, says Colonel Sanders. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should wait.
Didn't this already happen?
Did you mess it up?
This is...
Yeah, wait.
How did we... Okay. So... Somehow... We ended up at the beginning of day 2 again. Nice game. So we're just gonna do some fast forwarding.
Make sure you
Oh,
choose the right
fast
options this time.
I don't remember what we chose for this particular prompt.
I forgot to.
I think we revealed it. Yeah, we did. The coleslaw. Right. I have to click on all this crap again. Alright. Yeah, we creep on his house some
Yeah,
more.
don't snitch on his secret this time.
Actually, we didn't look at this one. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cherishing them. What the hell is this? Cherishing them? You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices?
Yeah, we've seen this already.
And the baby. All right. All right, there we go. Now we try on his clothes. We fess up and we tell him the truth, and we confess we have feelings for each other. All right, now we're asleep. All right, cool.
That didn't take long.
No, day 2 was like really short.
Damn it, Julian.
And that wasn't actually all of day 2.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten back to the turn-based.
It was like
combat.
halfway through day 2. Anyway, you awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell.
Well, we didn't have to start over, so yes.
Probably. Who knows? This game might be cruel. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast. Your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up, said Colonel Sanders. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So would you say that we're the perfect match, said Colonel Sanders. How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery?
Flatter him.
Do we take him down a peg or do we flatter him?
Flatter him. Stroke his massive ego.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window.
There's no way we messed up.
And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail, said Colonel Sanders. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home.
Run over?
There's still one more day of school, after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Said Miriam. Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something bad had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that.
Wait, what?
What? Oh,
No,
man.
I'm just...
Since I had
I
been
didn't know
partnered
you-
up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him.
What?
Of course, I told him you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl.
Jesus.
Could have fooled me.
Okay.
But he was just interested in
Whoa.
spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. For those who don't know, he is a stove.
A literal stove. Like
Clank is actually like a stove with an
the
apron.
kitchen appliance. Yeah. Does he talk? Like, how do they
He
communicate?
makes noises. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did you just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? Oh yeah, that's right. He's a pressure cooker.
Whatever.
And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give
Can it
Miriam
stand?
time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders'
you're
house,
kind
where
of
I spent the
missile.
night with him.
It's pretty wild.
Woo!
You
Yeah.
what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers.
Why is that a?
Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. Wait, why is this a selection?
Yeah, why is that a selection?
If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Oh man. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact.
I got Pop's voice. Just
Yeah, because you know he's Pop. All right, here you go.
What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat.
What?
Because Sprinkles is the name of the dog and it's
Yeah.
a treat.
You
Put
can
on
get
ice
your
cream.
swirly dipped too.
Treat. Okay.
Treat, yeah.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There's a horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, 11 Herbs and P, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer incident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears as things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? 11 Herbs and P, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her?
True.
Well, what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
All right.
Hello.
It was...
Now we're getting somewhere.
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, 11 Herbs and P. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself.
Wow.
Oh, man. Maybe you can tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, 11 Herbs and P.
Wrecked.
Wow. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered from yesterday and start flipping through the pages.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news, says Miriam. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire? Grimoire?
Grimoire.
Grimoire, that's it.
There you go.
But I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I could think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming exam.
This is oddly specific.
That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay, apparently we're doing this. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out.
A good excuse?
Wow.
Cast it.
No.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a kill screen if we cast it, but we might as well see the kill screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cast the forbidden spell. You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble on the words, and the only effect it seems to have is to make you forget what it is you were doing. Oh, right, after looking at the page again, it comes rushing back to you. You've got a memory erasing
Wow. Okay.
I wonder how many times I'll
I gotta
do
see if
this.
there's unique text. You begin to start spelling. Some of the words only affect. Looking at the page, Candy comes running back. Okay, yeah. So we're not gonna make it past this. All right, don't do it after all. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. All right, that was fun. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know. Oh yeah, sorry. I want you all to know. I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you, there's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry, reach out for some old homework to give him a snack, or dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens.
Give him the snack.
What is reach for some... Oh, homework. We're in a cooking school. Got it.
I actually don't know what to pick here. I guess give him the homework.
Yeah, give him some homework.
And you weren't going to turn it in.
You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in.
Are we a new student? What?
Wait. Sprinkles immediately goes forward and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. Ahem, I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My 11 herbs and pea, were you studying something with cinnamon? What the fuck? I've been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, 11 herbs and pea, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom, you see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Our only choice is Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room.
Why is there a triangle on the board?
Cause
Right triangle? School?
Pythagoreans. Anyway,
It's like a cooking school.
I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Were. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know?
Well, they are.
Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep, whir. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or a cliff for all I care. Off a cliff.
Ooh.
Sad beep, says Clank.
Damn.
Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and a loud ding stops him in his tracks.
Did he just die?
Beepers.
He did that.
No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep friend, nice, footwear, I guess it looks okay. Nice translation.
No, I think that was.
I think that's just a type.
Deep friend,
Deep
because
friend.
it might be someone we know, maybe, or because it might be a person.
I guess it could. All right. Anyway, Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
That one I haven't seen.
Yeah. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam team. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
It's just a dark cloud.
But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay. I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you are going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sort of. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it in a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show you a little interest anyhow.
Oof.
Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head off to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off Van, the supposed man, and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of the recipe you've been working on. 11 herbs and peas, famous chicken pot pie.
Famous?
After practicing for months, making this dish becomes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders.
Really? Sakura petals?
It's been happening.
That's been happening every time he shows up.
Jesus.
11 herbs and pea. What are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell of it is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's not too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something
that is
delicious.
a JoJo pose.
Sure.
You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there was no sound at all, or fess up about your practice dish.
We said to be honest.
Yeah, gotta be honest, right? We promised.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards.
Moonbear95. This is the Colonel's. This is the KFC dating sim game that we're playing right now. We're on the final day.
I love you, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Day 3 of 3. So this is the
Spoilers.
grand finale of this game. So spoilers ahead. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. All butter.
The man knows his pot pies.
And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a helping hand of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow, said Colonel Sanders. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Moonbears, I think you're asking the wrong question.
True.
It's not a question of why. It is a question of why did it take this long for KFC to make this? Sprinkles.
And when is Popeyes making theirs?
Yeah, where's Popeyes?
True.
I want
Let's
to
go
date
with
the
the
Wendy
KFC
person.
Yeah, where's the Louisiana dating simulator?
You
Waiting.
should do the Wendy's tabletop RPG game that they made. Wow, Critical Role did it.
Alright. Anyway.
They did?
Yeah, but we
Yeah,
have
they
standards.
did.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Standards.
music change. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to
Does mac
victory.
and cheese go with pot pie?
Absolutely.
That
Yeah,
is a
of course
JoJo
it
pose.
Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe registered trademark fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend baster blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Okay.
Whoa.
Ashley scoops her pastries off a tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula.
This is literally Food Wars.
Even Clank gets in on it.
Is he gonna say something in English? Is this the time?
Whoa, Clank said something. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. And yes, Clank is a pressure cooker. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's Ashley. It's the singularity as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Clank self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? This is definitely Game of the Year.
Cast a spell. Do it.
What is it, guys? Place your
It's probably
vote.
a kill
Place your
screen.
votes. Cast your spell or do it the hard way.
Cast the spell.
Cast the spell.
It's probably a kill screen.
I think cast the spell is gonna be a kill screen.
Yeah,
but
you probably did.
I'd say do it.
Alright, we're casting a spell. You take out your spell book and let your instincts guide you to a page you've never seen before. It's a summoning spell that will conjure up a spork monster. Now seems like a good time to add some chaos to the mix. I think somebody might notice this one. Spork monster.
Oh, it's our old friend.
You have summoned me. The broom
What is
cooking
that?
arena. So many fond memories of battling in this place in my old life.
This is a good voice.
In your old life? I wasn't always the monster you see
Didn't you
before
already
me.
tell us this?
No. Once I was but a student like yourself who attended this school. Spork Monster notices the book you're holding. I see what's going on here. Things are going your way, huh? Been there, my friend. I tried to cast a spell on myself to imbue my body with the powers of my favorite foods. Oh. As you can imagine, things did not go as planned. When spells say only cast in case of emergency, they mean it.
God, he has sporks for teeth.
I just noticed that.
I'm kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? The Spork Master's smile curls up mischievously. For starters, never cast spells on yourself. Cast them on your rivals. Just tell me who is giving you trouble, and we'll take very good care of him. You motion
Yes,
to
we have
Killer?
you motion to Ashley, and before you can think better of this dastardly decision, he recites a spell that turns her into a chicken.
Whoa.
Now a
Yeah,
mere
which is
bird,
probably-
she flaps her wings and glides off into the produce section of the arena, far from her station.
Just polymorph her?
Okay, gotta go. Bye.
Is that permanent?
Is she just a chicken? Can we eat her? I want to eat Ashley.
Slow down. Slow down.
I mean, those thighs. You know.
Relax.
Okay.
Those breasts. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I thought you were going to say thigh.
I mean, Mitch got stole my joke.
Oh, I
Anyway.
didn't hear him shoot you.
I just made it first.
Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. You're immediately racked with guilt over this act of blatant transmogrification. You don't know what to do. It would be poetic justice for Ashley to live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet that seems unspeakably cruel. After all, it's just a cooking competition.
Do nothing.
Try to save her or do nothing. Ashley remains a chicken.
Literally do
nothing.
nothing.
Do nothing.
That was unanimous.
We made our bed. Now she gets to
Chicken
sleep.
Ashley pecks around at the base of some cabinetry, searching for some loose vegetables to eat. Colonel Sanders. 11 Herbs and P. How could you? Cheating on the final exam? I've never been more disappointed.
That's the issue?
And here I was considering you for a place not only in my future chain of highly successful chicken restaurants, but also my heart. Without hesitation, he casts a counterspell from memory that saves her.
Oh, he's gonna pick her, GG.
There's such a thing as competing with honor, and this does not qualify. I no longer want
This is
anything to
worse
do
than
with
a
you.
kill screen.
Game over.
Oh no.
Oh.
All right, we'll try again.
We
Oh
all
no, how
predicted
far
that.
back is this going to send us?
Those biscuits do look good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Just do nothing.
Well,
Do it the hard way.
or do we cast a spell and then
Do it
change
the
her
hard
back?
way.
Yeah, probably do it the hard way.
I mean, because what? Is she going to turn you into a chicken and then he saves us?
Let's see. Who's got magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. This is probably better. I believe in you, 11 Herbs and P. Miriam notices, too. And I've always believed in you, 11 Herbs and P, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever.
Is she a squid?
What?
She looks like a squid kid, you know, from Splatoon.
You good?
No, she doesn't. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station and cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? What happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? This sounds like Steve. I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the spork monster, notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Ha, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in this pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually, you know, when I was just a little spork pup
No,
back in the
please,
old country.
No. Please don't.
You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on the competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up. You toss in a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Man, that voice is hard to do. I bet Rule 44 got their nasty hands on this Steve.
I bet they did.
Yeah, somewhere out there. And I'm gonna find
Anyway, having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon some extra power from deep down within yourself, or give up and drop out of culinary school.
Gee, I wonder.
Give up.
I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. We're actually
Going
Goku
Super
now.
Saiyan. We're going Super Saiyan.
My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Oh man, the ghost. You have 11 herbs and pea. You are the chosen woman. You will avenge me. By the way, this guy was killed in episode 1.
Oh, spoilers.
The power... He's a ghost. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear 11 herbs and pea. You may have suffered some setbacks, but
Not
all
our
is not
day.
lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces we can form the perfect food union? I know where this is going. Time's up, students. With time expired, the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
Yeah,
It seems we're missing some students. Bop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Julie?
Hold on, my stream's coming back. My internet died for like 2 minutes. All right.
I got this.
No, I got it now. I'm flying!
It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
What
Pop,
did I miss?
get down from there right now.
We went Super Saiyan. You missed that.
Yeah, we actually did go Super Saiyan. We started levitating and shit. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I
What?
thought a wedgie was a...
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
Why is he so stupid? I can't feel my legs! May I be excused?
Holy shit.
Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear his signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester.
It's been 3 days.
Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. Holy crap, it is tiny.
Why is it so tiny?
Yeah, that's our thing, is making tiny food. My word, it's so delicious. Is that a teeny tiny Narutamaki I spy afloat in its itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Having a dog is a health hazard. Well, I mean,
That's fair, but
Someone
almost lost a hand on the previous day.
yeah, someone died.
Someone
so
actually
there's that.
died on day one, so I don't think they're super worried about it.
I think the spork monster is a little.
Yeah,
more of
Spork
an
Monster
issue.
being here is probably more of an issue too. Anyway,
There are a lot of problems with this.
yes, Sprinkles and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening its mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not just one of those dogs who doesn't floss. Even I have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was a little less than a thimble's worth of soup. A plush. Rarely do I taste such a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, 11 Herbs and Pea, for helping me believe in myself.
Yay.
Yeah, somebody died on the first day. That ghost of student was a person, somebody who actually died in the kitchen on day one. More or less, it was more or less a murder, honestly.
Yeah, JoJo did poison him.
Yeah, he Van
And,
literally poisoned him and killed
And
him.
the
Nobody
Colonel
seemed
saw
to
it.
care.
Yeah, no one cared.
That's because
To
he
be
came back
fair-
immediately, and no one knew his name either.
Yeah, no one knew his name.
He was
Still
literally
don't.
called Student. That was his name.
He keeps trying to tell us his name, but we keep interrupting him.
Yeah. Van
To be
Van, you're
fair,
up. Now
he
describe
was
your
tracking.
dish. I made uni over. Oh, what the fuck was his voice again?
Wasn't it Southern?
Yeah, it was like southern.
Yeah.
Well, how what's the southern accent? Oh. Uni. I don't remember how his voice goes. I'm
Say
like,
Suge a lot.
I'm
you'll figure it
I'm
out.
tripping.
Cooking school.
It's a cooking school. Uni over smooth egg custard and an axe hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? Well, that's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified.
Oh.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles would make it difficult to eat?
What's a twist?
Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student. Ashley, it's time to step up.
Wait,
Nah.
is this your chicken? What happened?
No, remember?
We died.
We died.
We died.
His internet died, so he wasn't there.
Oh, yeah, she's not a
Uh,
chicken.
we left her as a chicken, and Colonel Sanders
We-
turned her back, and then pretty much told us to leave.
How did Colonel Sanders turn her back? Is he a
He
magician?
just
knows
knew the
that.
he just knew the spell.
Yeah, he recited a
Recited
spell
it
from
from
memory.
memory.
Yep.
Okay.
and he like tore his shirt off while doing it.
Damn, I missed that. Dang it. I mean, continue.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece.
How superficial.
Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, 11 Herbs and Pea? I told you, it's a display piece. Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. At a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. I did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't realize that we're having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl.
That does not look pleasing.
Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes in the class. You pass it, you pass it, you pass it, and you get a pass.
What?
Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, that even the Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance.
I thought you referred to him as the Van.
When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. Fuck.
It's a teen-rated stream.
You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Whoa.
Whoa,
Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting.
Why is he there?
No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. Student.
Wait, what?
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
What?
Oh, amusing.
He didn't die?
And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster.
Yeah, Moon Bear, it's only been 3 days.
Yeah.
She was always hot, Rico. I mean, what?
Wow. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we mailed it directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it.
Oh.
And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. I don't even have a voice. I don't have a voice for this guy. Now
Just
that
keep
I have
beeping.
graduated, I can reveal
Just
my
keep
truth.
beeping. Or get a text-to-speech thing to do it.
Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am
There you
actually
go.
from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What?
She does look better in real clothes. I agree. Rico.
I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me?
Oh no.
What?
I don't know what to
no.
say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figure out who you are, Clank.
Okay.
You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives.
Oh shit.
Howdy, classmates.
T-shirt and jeans, mommy.
Still got the pen.
Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough just to give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken.
Calm down, Rico.
What is this?
Oh wait, that's
It was an ad. It was an ad the whole time.
What?
Wow.
Wait,
Oh.
what? Oh, they tricked us.
We've been bamboozled.
no, it's not the end.
That's alright.
As everyone feasts on it, my expectations are extraordinarily low for the ending of this game.
Yo.
As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders
delicious.
finds you. Colonel Sanders finds
Okay.
you sitting on the edge of the dance floor. Elevs and Herbs and P, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you'd expect to find in such a lucky person?
He does not look happy.
He's sweating nervously. Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from UFCSAL, just to name a few. It is truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, 11 Herbs and P. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself.
Wow.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
Oof.
I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to
We
endure
didn't get the
sharing him
real
with his
ending.
other life,
So,
the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh,
What?
my
Well,
dear
we
11
didn't
Herbs
get
and
the real
P.
ending.
I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And
We didn't
along
get
the
the real
way, you'll
ending.
have me by your side. The end. We didn't get the good ending.
What?
Wow.
It must have been we skipped their day one and gave away his secret.
you did do that.
We did do that. Ah, man. Oh yeah,
Are we
I'll let
playing?
this play because I don't think this has been shown on stream.
I don't think I've seen this either.
That was fantastic.
Well, that is our playthrough of I Love You, Colonel Sanders. You guys unfortunately voted for some wrong choices.
Wow, you didn't stop us.
True.
I mean, and also I think the issue was the day you skipped through because we'd seen it twice. Just helped you, yeah.
Yeah, there were a few choices that we probably could have done differently. That would have changed things a bit. I think the big one though was giving away his fake secret.
Yeah.
So we should replay it and get the good ending this time.
We'll save that for next week.
Could just Google the good ending.
Whoa, and ruin the we need to earn his respect. You can't just
But
fast track straight
that
to
is
it.
not the end of the stream. We do, as always, have one last piece of news for the end of the stream, like we do. So we will bring it back up here. Okay, so Pokemon Masters isn't that great. And Pokemon Masters producer knows that. So Yu Sasaki, producer of mobile game Pokemon Masters, recently issued a public apology for the game's lack of content. His lengthy statement acknowledges a list of player grievances, which includes poor battle design and usability, and promises to address them.
Pog.
So, that the whole apology is actually, oh man, this looks, there we go. Is actually on the Pokemon Masters website, so they are pretty serious about this. So that they have a whole plan about addressing the primary issues, which the main ones seem to be bugs, not enough content, overall battle difficulty and design are not satisfactory. And
What did you just watch, Moonbear? You watched Game of the Year 2019. Continue.
So,
Are you kidding?
yeah, the plan is to address lack of content, lack of appealing rewards, difficulty in design, and poor usability.
So the whole game.
So the entire game.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, my whole game is ass. I'm gonna make it better.
So the things that they're doing first is they're going to add more story. They're going to add more story events and change the reward system. And the future will hold more, bigger changes to the battle design and
See,
usability.
it's shit like this that makes me want to grind out the game a little bit now, just so that if it does
I
become
gotta
a
finish
good game,
chapter 5. I gotta do this
I'm not-
story.
I'm not behind.
Wow. Is this,
Yeah, I don't really
is
care
this
that
what
much.
is this what being like on the drug that is mobile games is like?
Yeah.
Like if they didn't say, "Hey, we know our game's ass, we're gonna fix it," I wouldn't be playing it. But he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna fix it, try to make it better."
Whoa.
Oh,
This,
yeah, I
This
forgot
this
they-
message is
added
dated
Hilda.
for the future.
They added Hilda. I forgot they already fixed it.
The date of this blog post is October
Hell.
17th, 2019, which is a week from now. So I think we're gazing into the future.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Yo, I'm excited.
Oh wait,
I can see
October
the future
7th.
now.
Oh no, this is. Oh, I see. Oh, they're going to do another update a week from now.
Oh,
I see.
also, apparently Flannery, you could just get Flannery for free, so this game is good now.
Pretty sure she's chapter 3.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Cause
Well, anyway, guys,
Alright.
that is all we
Well, I
have
played
for
in
you
chapter
tonight. Yeah.
It's a good thing I really care that much about mobile games.
So thank you all for watching. Maybe next week we can do a quick try to see what the good ending looks like. But other than that, that's all we got for you tonight. Support the Hong Kong revolution of our age. Viva la Hong Kong. And
Wrong
yeah,
language.
catch us
Whoa,
next
whoa.
week every Thursday
Whoa, what is
night
political
at
statement?
8 p.m. on mixer.com/pgdpgd.
Yeah, what are these political
It's been
statements?
Best of 6. Have a good night.